here from ThatCarLife, and today we're going to be revealing my new daily. Alright guys, so as some of you may know, the Lancer is sold. So some of you may have seen it on Facebook where I sold the car, and there's a few reasons why I sold it. Like, the main reason is I didn't think I was going to be needing it. I wasn't driving it as much, but you know, circumstances have changed, so the need for a daily did arise. And last week I picked up a new daily, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Alright guys, so here it is. I picked up a 1999 Nissan Pulsar N15, and it is a SSS model, so it's a SSS Pulsar, and these things are pretty special. Now, I've always wanted an N15 SSS Pulsar for quite a long time. These things are pretty popular in Australia. I'm not really sure if they have the SSS Pulsar overseas, but I know in Australia they're pretty common, or at least back in the days they were. Nowadays they're not really as common as they used to be. So yeah, these are pretty hard to come by nowadays. Like, for example, at the moment there's only about 2 of these for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and I couldn't find any SSS Pulsars for sale on car sales or anything else. So these are getting pretty rare, and you know, the prices are still like they're going up, but they're not as high as, you know, some of the other JDM crazy car market prices that are going on at the moment. So, you know, most of these at the moment are going around for like, I think about 6, 7, maybe 8k that I can see for sale. Mine was for sale for around the same price, but I did manage to get a pretty good deal for it. Now, you might be wondering, Jordan, what's so special about this car? What's so special about a SSS Nissan Pulsar? Isn't it just a Pulsar? Well, I've got to show you guys what's under the bonnet. All right, guys, so one of the things I absolutely love about these SSS Pulsars is from the factory, they literally come with an SR20 engine. It's so cool. So yeah, that's one of the things that makes the SSS Pulsar so special. Like, it's a little, it's a nice little hot hatch, has an SR20 in it, and honestly, they're just such fun cars to drive, and they have so much potential as well. All right, so I'll go over what's done to the car so far. So from what I can see, we'll start off with the engine. It's just pretty much a stock SR20 DE motor. From what I can see, all that's been done is it has a pod filter that's been mounted in the stock airbox location, and at the same time it also has aftermarket extractors. I've been told by the previous owner that it has a high flow cat and a resonator, and at the same time it also has a pretty fat cannon on the back, which it's a SSS Pulsar, of course you could have a fat cannon on the back. So yeah, we got this nice big cannon here, and the car sounds pretty decent, except for the fact that it does have an exhaust leak coming from the extractors. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see, but right there, where I'm pointing at there is a slight crack on the extractors, and it's causing an exhaust leak, and you can hear it when you're driving. It has a little bit of a like kind of sound to it, and yeah, it doesn't sound great. I took it to get quoted this morning at an exhaust shop, and they said that because it's powder coated, I have to get the whole thing taken out, sanded back and fixed, and yeah, it's just going to take a bit of time and a little bit of money to get that fixed. So I'm contemplating whether I just, you know, repair that or just get a whole new set of extractors. So yeah, I've got to think about that. I'll show you guys what else the car has. Alright, so the car has stock wheels at the moment, but from what I can see, it's been lowered. I can't tell if it's been lowered on like lowering springs or if it's just been chopped. From the looks of it, it looks like it's lowering springs, so it's actually got a nice wheel gap to it. You can see at the back as well. There's not really much of a wheel gap, so yeah, the wheels sit really nice. The car sits nice, and it's a decent height. It doesn't really scrape or anything like that, and it just looks really nice. And yeah, I think it's honestly been lowered to just the right amount, to the point where yeah, it looks nice and hot, and you know, it's not really scraping or anything like that when you're going on speed bumps or like around town and stuff. So yeah, honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. So you can probably notice the tints are pretty dark as well. So it also has aftermarket tint too, and I really like it having like a nice dark tint, and honestly gives it like a bit of a sex spec look, you know, especially lowered with, you know, dark tints. Honestly, I'm really thinking about doing some white wall tires, just to give it like a bit of a sex spec vibe. And I did realize that we have these like kind of teal colored valve caps here on the tires, so I'm thinking of doing like a teal and white, you know, white wall setup on the tires. I think that'll just look hot, and really pop the car off. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. But that's what I'm thinking of doing with that. All right, so more mods that I can see in the car. I think it also has these amber indicators, which I don't think those are factory. Now, I'm only just learning about N15 Pulsars and Triple S's, so feel free to let me know in the comments down below if there's anything I've missed, and if there's anything that I need to know about Pulsars. So I'm only just learning and just joining the community, so yeah, there's definitely a lot to learn. For example, one thing I learned, like I saw this here and I thought, oh wow, a piece of the bumper's missing, but after joining the Pulsar owners group, I learned that this is a pretty common piece to, you know, go missing on a N15 Triple S Pulsar. I'm pretty sure this is a Series 2, so it has like a Series 2 bumper and all that, but this is actually a tow hook cover. So from the factory, these come with a tow hook cover here, but a lot of them go missing, and unfortunately mine is also missing too. Another thing I found that this car has, after looking at the Pulsar owners group and seeing what kind of mods people do, is I realized that this isn't actually a factory grille. I'm pretty sure this is like some VZR grill or some special Pulsar grill. That's not a factory one. Let me know once again in the comments if I'm wrong, as once again I'm just learning, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an aftermarket grill too, which is a neat touch. All right, another cool thing this car has that my mechanic at Central Auto Care pointed out to me as well, it actually has slotted brakes, which is pretty cool. I didn't even notice that when I bought it, but yeah, it's got slotted brakes at the front, which is pretty cool. And yeah, definitely a nice thing to have and a nice addition. Now, I know I have had this car for a week, but mechanically it was nowhere near where it is today. And you know, you're probably thinking it's been a week, but what have you done? Well, I did take the car to Central Auto Care to get the Central Auto Care treatment, as always. And yeah, took the car in there and they fixed quite a few issues. I put a photo up here where yeah, you can see that the car actually had a really bad valve cover leak when I bought it. So they took care of that. It also had a small leak on the sump at the bottom, and they, you know, took that off and resealed that, gave it a full service, did a few other little touch-ups, and honestly the car runs and drives amazing, and I'm comfortable to drive it around knowing that it's been taken care of, and you know, any major issues that it had are now like taken care of. And yeah, big thank you to Central Auto Care. I put their stuff in the description too. Honestly, the best mechanics you can go to, and yeah, they always do such a good job and take care of me and my cars as always. So yeah, the Pulsar got their treatment, and paint wise on the car, it's not perfect, but it's also not terrible. Like, it is a very old car, you know, it's a 1999 model, it's over 20 years old, so you can expect some imperfections here and there. There's a few tiny bits of rust around the car, like there's a little bit here on the bonnet that you can see right there. I think you can see, yep, some right there, and a few little specks around the bonnet you can't really see, but yeah, a few little tiny specks as you can expect. And around the door here, you know, where it's been scraped a little bit, there's a bit of paint fade here with some little dots and tiny little spicks and specks and dots of little rust spots, like here and there, not like literally only a handful around the car. Other than that, it's pretty much perfect paint wise, and yeah, it honestly looks really clean, and all of that stuff I can fix eventually in good time. For now, you know, it's honestly a really clean looking, running, driving daily driver with an SR20, which is awesome. I'll show you guys the interior too. All right, so with the interior of the car, it came with a dash mat as well, which is awesome. It also has a full aftermarket sound system with a massive subwoofer in the back, which is really cool, and I've been enjoying the crap out of that for the past week. So yeah, the car came with a aftermarket head unit, of course, because, you know, it has a full sound system, has an aftermarket shift knob too, which has definitely seen better days. The interior of this car is it's so clean, it's in such good condition. I love the material of the seats, and you know what, it just feels so roomy in here as well. Like, ignore my hoodie that's just chilling there, but you know, you can see, like, yeah, the car's honestly so roomy. Like, you can fit so many people back here, and it feels a lot more spacious than what it looks like, you know. And yeah, the material is so, like, the material is so soft and comfortable. It sounds weird, but I honestly love it. Yeah, the interior is really clean for its age and really comfortable to be in too. All right, another thing about this car that I noticed is that this actually isn't a factory N15 Triple S steering wheel. I'm not sure which one this is from. My guess is that it's from like a base model N15 Pulsar. But yeah, it's definitely not a Triple S wheel. So yeah, this is definitely not a Triple S wheel, and when I do start the car, the airbag light's on, because obviously this doesn't have an airbag. But I have found another one on Facebook Marketplace, like a stock Triple S wheel. So I'm gonna grab that and install that. So, you know, it has a nice factory steering wheel, which looks pretty good. I'll put a photo of it up here, what the factory steering wheel looks like. So yeah, I want to grab one of those, and obviously that will have the airbag connected and all that, so it's all nice and legal and looks good. But for now, I'm rocking this, of course. And another really cool thing about this car that I love is that it's for a 1999. It has so many cool features, like you know, it has automatic windows, which is perfect, power windows, power mirrors. and obviously it has like perfect aircon and heat and all that stuff. But what I really like is down here, it has this tray. So it's got a tray in here where you can just store stuff, and it has like the remote for the head unit and stuff. And then right underneath that, you've got the cup holder, and it's like right next to each other, and you've got different sizes for like a larger cup and like a smaller can or something. And that's just such a cool feature, eh? Like it took me like a few days to realize it even had that. But yeah, I just love that feature. It has like different storage stuff, and yeah, it's honestly really cool. And I really love the white dash as well. It just makes it feel like so much more sportier and everything like that. And yeah, I absolutely love it. Anyways, enough chit chat. I reckon we'll start the car and we'll go for a drive, and I'll show you guys how the car drives and what it's like to drive on the street. Alright guys, so this thing is an absolute joy to drive. It's so smooth, like the actual car feels smooth on the road, you know, suspension wise. It's not really that bumpy or anything like that. Even when going over a speed bump like now, it's not like crazy. It doesn't feel like coilovers, obviously, which is what I'm used to with the Sylvia. I'm used to having, you know, coilover life where you feel every single bump on the road, but this is just something completely different. And yeah, the whole car just feels really smooth to drive, especially even with the transmission. Like all the gears nice and smooth each time. There's no clunkiness or anything like that. It's just nice and smooth, in, out, just like that. It feels amazing. And yeah, it's crazy having such dark tint. Like I'm not used to it at all. Like even when the sun's directly on you, you don't really feel it. And like it's so much darker inside the car and cooler. Like I actually love it, eh? Like having darker tints is so cool. As I said before, this car does come with an SR20 DE, which look, obviously, yeah, we all know SR20s aren't the fastest motors or the best sounding motors or anything like that, but it actually, for what it is, it's pretty quick. Like having an SR20 DE in such a small and light platform like this, it actually goes pretty hard and goes all right, which is, yeah, surprised me. Like I actually think this is faster than the Lancer 100%. Like if I give it a hit, you'll see it actually goes hard. Like yeah, as soon as you hit that 5,000 RPM plus, this thing really does throw you back, and you really feel it pulling hard too. So yeah, literally for what this car is and for what the engine is, like it actually goes pretty hard. Honestly, I think these kind of cars like SSS Pulsars, they're pretty much the perfect daily. I mean, they're 4-door, they sound good, they look good. They have an SR20, they're fun to drive. They're so comfortable in the inside, nice and roomy. And you know, it just does everything that you want a daily to do. And plus you can have a bit of fun at the same time. Like you really can't go wrong. So yeah, I can honestly say I'm pretty damn happy with my purchase with this car. Look, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like I just bought it and it was perfect straight away. It did need a bit of work, as I said. I had to take it to my mechanic, Central Auto Care, and it did have quite a few oil leaks that I need to get taken care of and stuff like that. Which yeah, obviously it's not ideal, but you know, in this day and age, these cars are getting old. A lot of the cars that we want as car people are getting older, and sometimes they're going to need work done to it that we don't want to do, but we have to do to make sure it's reliable. And yeah, honestly, if you guys are looking at getting a SSS Pulsar yourself for a daily, I couldn't recommend one more. And plus, it's probably best to get one around now or as soon as possible, because I can only see the prices of these things going up. You know, you used to be able to pick one up for around 3 to 4, 5 grand back in the days, like a few years ago. But now they're all going from like minimum 6K all the way up to 8 to 10K depending on its condition, and they're just going to keep going up in price. And another good thing about the SR20 motors, especially the DEs, is they're really reliable engines too, especially when they're well taken care of. Like, and these things can run to, you know, 200,000, way over 200,000. You know, even some of these have run even past 300,000, 350,000. You know, kilometers, and it all depends if they're taken care of. So you got to make sure when you're looking at a SSS Pulsar, you got to make sure it's taken care of, and you have a really good look at the engine and all the running gear and stuff like that to make sure, you know, there's nothing terribly wrong with it. You know, and you should be able to get yourself a pretty good deal and a pretty reliable and fun daily. And yeah, this one in particular, it's on 197,000 Ks, so it's getting pretty close to 200,000. But with regular servicing and, you know, not thrashing the crap out of it every day and actually taking care of it, you know, this thing should last, you know, all the way through the 200,000s, 300,000 plus, you know, if it's regularly taken care of. So, you know, it shouldn't really be an issue with it being high Ks. And honestly, it's pretty hard to find these kind of cars with low Ks as well, and they're just hard to find in general. As I said earlier in the video, like there's only a handful of these up for sale at the moment, and the N14 SSS Pulsars, the model before this, those things have gone up in value even more. They're like 10-15k plus, so who knows what the N15 is going to end up being like too. But yeah, overall I'm so happy to have this thing as a daily, and just to have this car in general. Like, it's so fun to drive, it sounds good, it's comfortable, it's a nice sound system, and like, it's just such a fun daily. So before we finish the video, I'll chuck the GoPro on the back and we'll get some exhaust clips as well. And yeah, you'll notice that it does pop and bang a lot, which sounds pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Chuck the GoPro on the back and we'll see how it sounds properly with the GoPro on the back. Guys, so we're back home and I really hope you enjoyed the reveal of my SSS Pulsar, and honestly I love this thing, like, and I hope you guys really like it too. So yeah, it's definitely something a bit different, something cool, and yeah, like a nice fun little daily, and yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm stoked. And don't worry guys, there's going to be some more content coming on the S15 soon as well. I'm still trying to get that exhaust leak fixed. It's just a bit of a pain in the butt, you know, trying to figure it out, because obviously it's like due to my fitment, you know, the fitment of my exhaust. So I have to actually try and find a way to lower the exhaust down, and then fix it up and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a whole, you know, kerfuffle going on with that, but once that's taken care of, the S15 is going to get driven a lot more and enjoyed a lot more, and you know, all that good stuff. So for now she's sitting pretty, but she's going to get fixed very soon. Anyways guys, I'll leave the video here, and if you enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that for more, and I'll see you next time on That Car Life.